With the acquisition of Oregon, Hollywood, California became the movie capital. The United States became an important force in the Pacific world. It's a place of dreams, hopes, and
From the sun-splashed sand and beaches of Southern California to the picture-perfect ponds of the Pacific Northwest, football on the West Coast has always had a style all its own. At USC, so many of the sport's biggest stars have been born battling in the Coliseum. And a walk through Heritage Hall is proof that this program has a history of Hollywood hardware. Oregon has long been led by its own cradle of quarterbacks. And no matter what decade or uniform, the Ducks have been deadly with innate innovation and scintillating speed.
Elite speed.
But today, these once Pac-12 pillars
on the West Coast, it's Oregon versus Southern California.
Embrace a new era as Big Ten rivals. Familiar foes, new conference, same goal. It's the USC Trojans and the Oregon Ducks.
From the glitz of Hollywood to the beauty of the Willamette Valley, college football spotlight shines on Eugene, Oregon today. Two teams in year 2 in the Big Ten Conference, and now in the biggest game of this 2025 season for them. With that, the Home Depot Big Ten on CBS brings us to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, and our matchup, the Trojans of USC, number 15 in the country, and the 7th-ranked Oregon Ducks. You take a look at the college football playoff standings. Here's how it looks. Oregon at number 7, USC in the 15 spot, both hoping to move up and have a chance in the college football playoffs. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, and Gene Steratore. Partner, if you wanted a play-in game, you got one here. This is an elimination right now.
No doubt about it. The loser of this game, if it's USC, I think good season, but they won't make the playoffs. For Oregon, they know if they win 2 more, they know the importance of maybe having a home playoff game. If they lose, it'll be iffy. Big football game.
Well, for Lincoln Riley, arguably the biggest game of his tenure at USC. There was an 8-5 finish 2 years ago, 7-6 last year. Now he's built this team that he thinks is capable of being a playoff team. They're 8-2. He's made his bones with offense, and he's got a good one again.
He does. I think this USC team has a lot of grit, but they also have a lot of flash. It starts with their quarterback and wide receivers. Jaden Mayava, he has had a fantastic year this year. Came in late in 2024. It just carried on, but he's got 2 special receivers on this football game. He will go to them. 50% of the targets go to those 2 wide receivers when he throws the ball. They are special, and Oregon will have to look out and stop them first, or this USC offense will roll in this game.
The Oregon defense, number 1 pass defense in the country. They'll have their hands full. They haven't seen an explosive team like this so far, with the exception of Indiana, and they lost that game.
Yep.
Let's talk about the other side. Oregon, so well balanced. Another great quarterback who's also just as fun to watch.
You bet. We saw Dante Moore early in the year. We know he's special. They've got some injuries at wide receiver, though. So instead of throwing the ball, we know he will. But he'll also hand it off in this game. And they've got 3 guys that they hand it off. They go pretty good together. Watch this relay team.
They got Jordan Davison, the freshman, who's a touchdown machine. And then De'Air Hill, the junior.
And then the one we love. We love
this guy.
Noah Whittington, transfer. He has been special for them. He is tough to tackle. This is a running Oregon team that we saw earlier.
This crowd is electric at Autzen Stadium, as it always is. Here come the Trojans. senior day. Time to rev up the motorcycle. Duck aboard. The head duck, Dan Lanning. To the flock will follow. I think we're sufficiently geared up in Eugene. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Discover, Verizon, Taco Bell, and by Allstate.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
Almost set for the Trojans and the Ducks in the biggest game on the docket today. But before we kick, we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, Brad, when Lincoln Riley first arrived at USC, the expectation, it was simple. Win the big games. But he's 0-4 against top 10 opponents. He even came into this season unranked. Well, Riley, he leaned into that, telling me this group has carried a us against the world mentality from day one. Last week's comeback win over Iowa, well, he called it a culture win. And their mantra this week, blood in the water. Guys, this team knows it's a must-win to keep their playoff hopes alive, and there is a real quiet confidence about them today.
Well, when meeting with Lincoln yesterday, we felt that, and he knew that this would be a better team than the past 2 years. 42-year-old Lincoln Riley, 39-year-old Dan Lanning. One made his business out of defense, one made his business out of offense. And that's how we're lined up today in the 64th meeting between the Ducks and the Trojans. Beautiful sunshine, 47 degrees. It is brisk. I will say it's brisk. And, of course, the all-time season meetings, 64th, many of those in the Pac-8, the Pac-10, the Pac-12, the last couple of years now in the Big Ten. USC won the toss, and they want the football.
What an exciting place to play a football game here.
Absolutely.
Gee, feels great.
Makai Lemon, who Gary already talked about as a dangerous receiver, also in a return capacity, can do the same. Atticus Sappington, one of the seniors honored here today. He's got it teed up. From Autzen Stadium, here we go. And it'll come out to the 25-yard line.